Hey, family, welcome to another episode of the Saturday Sit Down, hosted by your two favorites. Of course, I am Miss Aaron Bull, host of Live, Laugh, and Lovey, and we have a new guest, I guess. This is Miss Crip Wonder. Okay, Miss Crip Wonder is joining us today. All right. All right, aka Miss Lovey, host of Live, Laugh, and Lovey podcast, home of the best episode recaps. I'm going to talk a while because I see that you're hungry, trying to finish that snack last minute.
I'm good.
All right. How was your week?
I had to think. It was okay. A little busy, but busy is good. And yours?
Busy as usual. Nothing major happened at work, and work was just work. There's a lot of it, but that's how we pay the bills. Hi, Courtney Jones. Hi.
Hey, Courtney. How's the wedding plans?
The wedding plans are pretty good. Nothing really new with those. However, we have a new something in the works as far as moving. We did get approved for to rent a townhome. But it won't be available until November 1st. So we're also working on some things like possible home ownership. Through Divvy Homes. I don't know if you've seen that anywhere, but what they do is they buy the house that you want. They pay cash for the house that you want. You rent from them for 3 years and then buy the house at the end of the basic 3-year lease. And throughout the course of those 3 years, when you move in, you put in a down payment. And then as you make your rental payments, 25% of your rental payment goes towards the down payment you'll need to buy the house after the 3-year term. So your initial down payment, as well as the 25% of each monthly payment, will all go towards the down payment for the house. And once it's time to purchase the house, you do not have to rebid for it. You know what I mean? So nobody can basically come and buy the house from you unless you choose not to buy it.
So does the rental rate stay the same?
What do you mean?
You said you'd be leasing it, right? So you'd
Yeah.
be renting it. Does the rate that you'll be paying from month to month, does that stay the same over the course of the 3 years?
No, but it only increases, but they tell you what the increase will be for each year. And it's like, it'll stay the same for the first year, increase by $10 the second year, and increase by $10 the third year. And so, with that increase also goes to, that's an increase in the amount that you're saving as well. Okay, you're frozen. You bumped everything and you're frozen. Okay. I'm going to remove you and hopefully you can re-add yourself. I was trying to wait for a couple seconds. And let's see. And she's not back. So I'm going to remove her and let her log back in. But nevertheless, so yeah, that's the program. It's called Divvy Homes. That's DIVVY. D as in David, I as in Igloo, V as in Victor, V as in Victor, Y as in Yankee. Other than that, no wedding updates. Things are, plugging along. We're still waiting on people to register and say, hey, we do want to come to the wedding. Other than that, that's pretty much it as far as the wedding goes. Fingers crossed on this Divvy Homes program. I'll let y'all know how that turns out. Just because we've kind of been let down before, I'm not yet excited. I am hopeful, but I'm not excited yet. Now, when we sign some paperwork or something like that for this particular house that we're looking at, all right, I'll let you guys know. So I'm kind of stalling a little bit because I had some things that I wanted to discuss with Lovey, but she is having technical difficulties at the moment. So I'm going to go forward with the updates on some topics that we have kind of missed out on the last couple of weeks. Obviously, number one, we are finally exiting Afghanistan. It has not been the most well coordinated exit. However, we are finally bringing our troops home. So if you're not clear on exactly what happened with the collapse there, obviously Kabul has been taken by the Taliban, and that is because Afghanistan just refused to fight. It wasn't even that they were overpowered or ambushed or anything like that. It wasn't even a war. It was just like, yo, give me what you got. All right, we out. And that's it. So we spent all this money, lives, time, equipment, all of this other stuff to train a country to protect themselves, and they had absolutely no will to do so. And one of the things about it is that basically the Afghans were left to protect the government that they actually do not want. They don't want the Taliban, but they don't want their current leadership as well. So I don't know how that's going to play out. Also, this week in Afghanistan, there was a suicide bombing that took the lives of several military members or service members, as well as some civilians. So thoughts and prayers go out to their families. And I don't want to get too far involved in a lot of thoughts about it, just because it's not my area of expertise. So I would only be speaking from opinion versus facts. But some of the things that I have seen when it comes to this is people criticizing, I guess, the way that Biden has gone about it. And the real thing that is happening here is that we have lost the war. The Afghanistan has lost the war. The United States has lost the war. And when you lose, I don't know how much of a peaceful transition or exit you can have. And that's not to say, oh, it's no big deal that, people are dying or being injured as a result of that. No, that's not the case. I personally don't know how it should go. So I don't know why people who don't have military expertise or understanding are even commenting on it at this moment. For over 20 years, we have been asking for our troops to come home. And now they are. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's not about what was done, it's about who did it. As to why we have so many issues or complaints about it, I guess. Welcome back, Levy. I'm glad you got over whatever issues you had. Only thing I was talking about was just finishing up about the home buying program that we're going through, and then talking about the Afghanistan exit.
Okay. All right.
Any thoughts on it?
No,
Okay.
not at
And
all.
some of the pro 45ers, of course, are talking about, like, again, just the way that Biden has done it, what he should have done, and this, at the third, as if their chosen one was not just president for 4 years. So why is the criticism how this guy is doing it versus criticizing the fact that your guy didn't do it either? I mean, it's been 4 presidents that have reigned during the course of this Afghanistan war. So there were 3 other opportunities for them to end it, and they did not. So you don't really get to speak on it at this point.
Well, it's like Biden said, it would There's no good time. There wouldn't have been a good time at all to pull them out. So people will feel the same kind of way. Have something to complain about either way. If it was a seamless transition or not, they still
Right.
would have had something to talk about.
Right. And I mean, they have made a commitment to get obviously all Americans out first, and then all of the allies and everybody else that, like our partners out of Afghanistan, even if it's after the August 31st date. Now, one of the things that is of concern is not can we make the date or whatever, because from what I can see, it's likely. I don't know.
In
But
3 days?
in the remaining 3 days, yeah. Because they've already gotten over 100,000 people out, including troops and service members, as well as Afghan refugees whom they're housing, a lot of them at Fort Bliss, some in New York, and, just various parts of the United States. So I lost my whole train of thoughts. Oh, the concern is that after August 31st, that was our agreed upon date, and that is the date that the Taliban is expecting us to be done. So if we're still hanging around come September 1st, we don't know how peaceful that's going to be, because right now the Taliban is actually working with the United States as well as the Afghanistan's for their exit. So the suicide bombing was done by a member of ISIS, which is not the same as the Taliban and are not Afghanistan's. I mean, Afghans.
I thought the Taliban was a militia group.
I'm just gonna speak highly over this because it's not my area of expertise. Because I don't know. I don't. And to your point, I do not think that the Taliban is actually like government based. Like it's not a nation taking over another nation. It's still pretty much a civil war.
Okay, well, as long as they keep that over here, don't. That's y'all problem. Okay, what? Can't.
And also happening this week is Hurricane Ida, which is currently headed towards Louisiana.
God bless y'all folks that can live down there.
I'm with you. Like y'all go through this every year.
Every year.
Here you go. You have Hurricane Ida coming down on you on the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. It's expected to be one of the worst storms since the 1850s. Okay, and like, don't play that. Oh, we've been through this game. Don't play that. Go on and evacuate. However, again, with this being the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, go west. Okay, I say this every time you have to evacuate. Go west. We still full over here. If you're gonna come to Georgia, come to Georgia, but don't come to Atlanta. Don't come to Atlanta.
Where they supposed to go?
West. I said west. They can go west. They can go west. But if they're gonna come here,
how they gonna go from a big city like New Orleans or Baton Rouge or Kenner or Lake Charles? Well, Lake Charles and Baton Rouge is not that big, but how they gonna go from a metropolis as such to up west?
I mean, hey, it's a lot of them. They can form their own city or something. Take up.
What are we talking about today, ma'am? I'm not. We're not. We're not doing this. No, we're not.
Hey, we just doing updates right now. Hurricane Ida is on the way. So if you are in Louisiana, Mississippi, and parts of Alabama, and they tell you to evacuate, please evacuate. I'm serious about y'all evacuating, and I'm also serious about y'all not coming to Atlanta. Feel free to come to other parts of Georgia, and don't come to Atlanta though. So I'm just saying.
Awful.
But again, like I said, this is expected to be a big storm. Normally I don't do like weather updates on this program, but this is a significant deal. So I want people to know And it's also going to impact the whole southeastern region. Obviously, here in Georgia, most of Georgia will get some impacts of that as far as rain. I'm not sure of any winds or storms, and it's expected to go up towards the Carolinas, Virginias, and Pennsylvania, as far as I have seen. So that's on Hurricane Ida.
All right.
Yeah.
Aaron Roker.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Okay.
And now, how about Sha'carri Richardson? I know we're probably like a couple weeks behind on this, but we ain't been here, so we playing catch up right now. We're playing catch up right now. So for those of you that may not know, probably do know, Sha'carri Richardson obviously was banned from the 2021 Olympics due to
2020 Olympics.
Oh, my bad. Okay, correction.
That's what I'm here for. Crip extraordinaire.
Okay, be useful for something. But she was banned from this year's Olympics. Just kidding, boo. But she was banned from the Olympics after failing the drug test. She was found positive for THC, marijuana. So after that, at first I was still rooting for her. She, accepted full responsibility. She didn't really make any excuses and promised to do better, blah, blah. And then she started, making little snarky tweets during the Olympics, like, oh, you miss me now and all of this stuff, and talking cash money, and then takes her behind to the Prefontaine and gets blown out. Not second place, not third place, dead last. And, a lot of people were clowning her, and then a lot of people were clowning the people that were clowning her. And, let's give a shout out to the Jamaican ladies that did win the race, because, they did. It wasn't any ifs, ands, or buts about it. So first of all, let's celebrate them. And before I continue with my monologue, Miss Levy, what do you have to say about her?
She's stupid. But go ahead, finish your monologue.
Why you say she's stupid?
I mean, girl, quit bumping your gums. Quit bumping your gums. Go get a real hairstylist and eat some humble pie.
And that's my whole thing. Like, be humble, baby, because had she just ran the race and not ran her mouth, she would have my whole, 100% support. I would be like, okay, it's okay, bounce back, be proud of her for persevering and pushing through the adversity and overcoming those things, blah, blah. But baby, first of all, don't be out here writing checks that your behind can't cash. Okay? Don't, no. Either be humble or be humbled. Okay? This is life. And even after getting blown out in the race, she did not congratulate the winners. And she continued to talk trash. Like, you still not humble. Still not humble. I don't even have the young lady's name, but the most decorated Olympian, I know her first name is Alex, but she offered her support. Oh, Alex Felix. Okay, thank you.
Allison Felix.
There we go. Mm-hmm. So Allison Felix was on doing an interview, and they asked for her thoughts about Sha'carri, and she offered, I hope she gets the help that she needs, and it was just a real positive, supportive statement. And here come Miss not eating humble pie, and just throwing shade at her and telling her that it wasn't real. Like, she was doing an interview, and that's what they asked. It's not like she just came on TV and decided to make a statement.
Right, but I'm not about to sit up here and bash you on camera. I might talk junk about you to my folk.
And not only that, let me reintroduce Miss Allison Felix, the most decorated. Okay, most decorated. So that might not be who you want to come for, because you.
And she's older.
Again, like, Miss Richardson, whatever you are, please. Have
Good.
several seats.
Now, Miss Richardson. Okay, I'm trying to find my sweet spot right here. Okay, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, she got a lot. How old is she?
Like 22, 23,
Girl,
something like
sit
that.
down because you gonna F around and not
Find out.
qualify for anything. Just sit down. I can't.
Right. And, because all is not lost. I mean, and I would have loved for her to have that feel good comeback story. You know what I mean? Like she overcame the adversity of being banned from the Olympics, the loss of her biological mother, and was able to come back and, just get it together, win medals. Okay, win a race, win one. And just be appreciative to have that second opportunity, as well as not losing sponsorship. I mean, that could have cost. Yes, ma'am.
So here's where my questions started to come in. Before she got banned, when she qualified for finals. When you shout out, you're discussing the passing of your biological mother.
Mm-hmm.
So, what type of relationship did you have with said mother? Because
That's not normal. Because normally you
Mhm.
would just say my mother.
Mhm.
So she was raised by her grandmother.
Okay, great. So now it made me kind of wonder, are you clout chasing? You looking for sympathy?
Mm.
That's where my mind was. I mean, it could have been a disability seeping up to my brain, but when she said that, because I watched that interview live,
Mm-hmm.
not the interview, but post race, she had
Mm-hmm.
just got done before. I think it was before or after she went up to hug her grandmother, and I'm like, girl, what kind of relationship did you have with your mother? Mm. Hmm. I'm just saying. I'm
I
just
mean,
talking.
that's fair. That's fair.
Hmm. She, girl, go,
Have several seats.
go be a head coach, a coach.
Go get some counseling.
Well, that too. She from Houston, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just no.
And with that also, I mean, so to her, I don't know if you want to say credit, but it could be just a reaction, like a grief reaction, perhaps, if it's legitimate grief. And I hate to question anybody's grief, so I'm not really going to do that. But maybe that's just her. I don't know. You need to go see somebody, because I don't know. Like if I sit up here and talk all this cash money, like I'm the best, and like you just, I guess you just need to be seen. That's what it really boils down to, because you don't have any type of team ethic. Because even though you were disqualified from participating in the Olympics, you still could have been supportive. I mean, we've seen it so many times, in any professional sport, whether it's the Olympics, basketball, football, players get injured or they're disqualified from playing. Unless they've actually been ejected where they have to leave the premises, they still stay there and support their team.
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles, prime example,
Mm-hmm.
and just with this being a kind of awakening for mental health, this would be a perfect opportunity for you to take some time out and spotlight it that way. But instead, you are bringing attention to the need for mental health awareness and just mental maintenance at that, because you need some mental maintenance right now.
So here's my thing with her, and obviously she needs somebody's couch as well as she needs some more life to be living.
Mm-hmm.
Um, once she, if in fact she does get to the 24 Olympics, my concern for her is once you get those medals, because they say when you win gold, or when you qualify for a medal, after you go home, it's just like, okay, I've already reached my peak. Now what? You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So it's just
Mhm.
like where my concern is where is her mind gonna go thereafter?
Mhm.
You know, I don't know. She's just not ready. I mean, because my thing is with athletes, and I know about this personally because my sister's ex husband qualified for the '04 Olympics in track,
Mhm.
and he got banned because a vitamin shot had something in there that was on the list that was prohibited.
Mhm.
And it wasn't a lifetime ban, but he it was like the next 2 Olympics thereafter.
Mhm.
So '08 and '12.
Mhm.
And I felt bad for him because I was just like, man, that's messed up.
Yeah, and at
That's
that time, in athletics, 8 years is a long time. You're old by then.
yeah, that's what I was yeah, that's it's just like it's not fair because it's by that time you're aging. I mean, he was still in good shape and everything, but but I forgot her name. But she was older and she was still running for her Gail something. Gail say I can't remember her name. She was still running when my sister was just starting out and she
Mhm.
was older. So it is possible. But I just think that Shakaka, I don't know her name. I
Don't do that. Now you are the name
I know,
person.
but I know Miss Richardson,
Sha'carri.
Miss Richard, Sha'carri. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
her. Um, I forgot what I was about to say, but she's not ready because how is it that you invest so much time into your track career, your athletic career? You're on the brink of going to the Olympics and you F around and make a stupid mistake at something that's smoking weed?
Right.
You're not ready. Sit down. Go
Right.
read a book. Go have a
'Cause, I mean,
backup plan.
and that is kind of a slap in the face for the opportunity. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, that's not something that you just come across. You can be the fastest person in the world, all this, whatever, but you have to get into those spaces, to those arenas. You have to have the money to compete, and you were blessed with an opportunity. And, I mean, I trust me, I understand loss, and she talked about losing her biological mother as if, that she didn't have a direct relationship with her. And of course I've experienced the loss of a biological full-fledged in my life parent,
You ain't gonna
you
say my
know.
biological dad.
Right, my biological dad. But I just it's kind of disrespectful to their honor to blow an opportunity like that. And you should have been grateful that that the ban was only for 30 days and it still gave you the opportunity. However, you got passed over for the opportunity after, you were eligible to do it. I get that. I could fully understand being salty. However, you have to understand the implications that would have come. Like if she would have been selected for that final race that she was qualified for after her ban was expired, what kind of message would that really send? Like, I mean, I was hoping that they would choose her and this at the third, but at the same time, mm,
She not ready for it. Mm-mm. Go to school. Meg Thee Stallion got a degree. Houston's own.
right. Shout out to Meg Thee Stallion, though. She did go to school and get her degree. All right. I
Mhm.
like it. I love it. I love it.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. We done with
Sha'carri. Yes, we're done.
Shakari.
We're done.
Okay.
Um, of course, we still have to talk about coronavirus, and the Delta variant and to vax or not to vax and all of this kind of stuff. And uh all of these unique protests and decisions. Again, primarily this is affecting our children because they're not eligible to be vaccinated. And you're still protesting. So you initially were protesting vaccine mandates because they were not FDA approved. As of this week, the Pfizer vaccine has full FDA approval and authorization.
Yep.
Why we still got vaccines? Like why is it not out of supply right now? Like if that was the case, like y'all using any excuse not to do it. And where is this anti-vax community? Like where are they coming from now? When I'm almost 40. My whole entire life as a child, I had to be vaccinated to be in school.
To be in school. That me too. I got pulled out of class because I didn't have my vaccines in high school. They was like,
Okay.
oh no, you can't come back here. You need to call your grandmother. I was in class too, and they was like, Lovey, you need to call your grandmother and tell her to come pick you up because you do not have your vaccinations. And I couldn't return back. She had to run me around all day the next day to get vaccinated.
Exactly. You have to be vaccinated
Even in college.
to go to, yes, you have to be vaccinated to go to grade school, to go to high school, to go to college, to play sports. Okay. So this is not a new thing. And even for the military protesting vaccinations, first of all, one of the very first things you do after you get into, and even before you get all the way into the military, the very first week of basic training is spent getting over 15 different vaccines. And now this one
in a
is
day.
no. It's
Oh,
for the most part now, because I mean it's over like maybe 3 days.
that's a lot.
Yes, but literally, I mean it's like a, what do you call it? Like a assembly line when you go to get vaccinated. The only one that they spend a little time on is the penicillin shot because they got to put it in your butt. And it's the last one. So you get that in your butt and then you got to walk around for 15 minutes trying to get the knot out and all that, whatever. Ask me how I know. Been there. Done that. Tetanus shots. Remember those? I mean, like, this is not a new thing.
Okay, so Courtney, to that, she said that she had to have vaccines to work in the healthcare system. These healthcare workers that are anti-vaxxers, go home. You don't need to work for this company. You need to go home because you just here for a check, but you're not about to get it at my expense.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, with Goldie.
Oh Lord, I am having all kind of technical difficulties today.
Yeah. Oh, child.
Did it break?
You done break your microphone.
I think I did. Okay, well,
Live from Channel 2.
right. Oh my gosh.
And so here
Okay.
you have to be vaccinated by a certain date or you'll be terminated from the job. Yeah, so
Good.
with the approval or full FDA approval of the vaccines, there have been a rollout of a lot of vaccine mandates. And I mean I'm for it, honestly. It has FDA approval at this point, and those of you who have followed us on the show, I was hesitant in the beginning. And one thing about it, I was not gonna get vaccinated under the previous president. I just wasn't gonna do it. And it didn't even have anything to do with me being black or anything like that. But I mean, sir, he was the same one talking about injecting UV light and disinfectant. And then you want me to take something that you authorized? Oh, sir, have several seats. No. 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 So pretty much after that, I did my research and things on the vaccine. And then also I started looking at the numbers. And, after being in quarantine for as long as we were, I was like, I'm good with it. I'm ready to be out in the world again. And again, for me, it was about protecting because I don't have any children. And I don't come into contact with children. So for me, it was about protecting my parents and my in-laws, and I wouldn't want that burden or a burden of guilt from infecting them with something that they couldn't survive. Well, I mean, infecting them, period, but obviously not with the coronavirus. Um, and for you to be a frontline worker, why are you? That's a contradiction. Like you want
Totally.
to serve serve the public, but not protect them.
Right.
And also with the healthcare system, you have the police officers um, protesting the vaccine mandates.
Protesting.
Yes, these people that ride around in vehicles that say to protect and serve. To protect and serve. And you are technically, all of your power and authorization, inherently anyway, now they're kind of rogue, but inherently comes from the people that you are supposed to protect and serve. But yet you are reluctant to take the vaccine. And we don't have a choice. Like, bare minimum with healthcare workers, maybe, like, I just won't go to that hospital because they have unvaccinated workers or something. But when it comes to the police, you don't really get to choose. Like, I need to see your license and registration. Yes, sir, but first I need to see your vaccination card. Okay. And okay, you're not vaccinated. I'll just wait for the next officer that is. Can you send a vaccinated officer to this location? Thanks. Zzz. Yeah, right. Let me know. Okay, we'll be Sandra Bland out here. Like, no, no. Hey. Go ahead, y'all talk about reporting a lie. You got it together? No. You're muted,
No,
by the
I
way.
don't. I can see it. I can see it where I need to put it together, but it's too much. Okay, now moving on.
Okay. All right. Comments, questions, feedback on vaccinations, to vax or not?
Uh, no,
Okay.
I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. We ain't gonna be out of this for a minute. We
Right.
here. We
Right.
here.
And I mean,
So,
we kind of talk about this like every week about the increase in the numbers, the deaths, the fact that children are being exposed and coming up positive and suffering from this. And they're still not eligible to be vaccinated if they're under the age of 12. Why wouldn't you do what you got to do to protect them? Because I mean, I don't
because
understand.
it takes away their identity, Aaron.
What
That's what Karen says.
takes away their identity by getting vaccinated?
Oh no, like that's to see the mask.
Oh. Okay,
Then
so
wearing
you
the
don't
mask.
wanna get vaccinated, and that's another thing. Thank you for bringing that up. So you don't wanna get vaccinated, and you don't wanna wear masks. Like, you just wanna be raw dogging it in the world.
Because it's a hoax.
Okay. Okay. At this point, that whole hoax theory doesn't really work for me, because we are a year and a half into this, and I know by now, somebody, like, them personally, who has been affected by the coronavirus. And I don't mean just, oh, they're out of work or their job shut down or something like that. Like, somebody that has it or has had it. And if they are further removed from you, one person who knows one person, like, it close to them, who has coronavirus or has had it, or who has potentially passed away from it. So we can move on from this hoax thing. Like, it's a year and a half later. But okay. Okay. Also, um, have you experienced any like shortages at restaurants as far as either being out of product, changes to hours, changes in service? no longer doing dine-in?
Yes.
Okay, what you upset about?
Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, me and Lilia, we were riding around and getting it in the city, right?
Oh yeah.
We would try to go to Pond City Market, and they closed at 8 o'clock. A lot of other places were closing at 6 o'clock. So, and
Yeah.
these are places that are popping.
Yes. One day, what day was it? Thursday. No, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. Wednesday, we were gonna go to this soul food restaurant that we go to often. We called them in advance, but they didn't answer the phone. We just figured, they're busy. Okay, cool. Go over there. Like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They were closed. All right. Next option was Jimmy John's down the street. We were gonna have them deliver some sandwiches. Placed the order online. They took the payment, and we waited. Time went by. Time went by. Time went by. So we sent somebody up there like, "Hey, George, just go get the food for us." They were closed.
Oh, so did you get your money back?
I'm sure not that day because you had to wait.
Not that day.
But yeah, either I'm not sure because I didn't pay for it, so I don't know what the result was. Right? How trifling is that? How you gonna take my money and not provide me with no services and not even say nothing?
Scandalous.
Then I went to Zaxby's Friday. It says their dining room is open. Their doors were locked. They were only servicing through drive-through.
Yeah, which most places are doing that.
But why are you advertising that your dining room is open when it's not? And so now I placed my order online and had to sit in line and wait to get to the window to say, "Hey, I'm here to pick up my party platter." And then had to wait in the drive-through for the party platter to be made. And they gave me a gallon of unsweet tea. That was the biggest violation. That's probably why I remember it. Like,
well, at least your food was fresh.
I mean, yeah, the food was delicious. It was fresh. It was hot. Everything was good there. But don't you give no Southern person no gallon of unsweet tea.
Just add some lemonade to it.
No, we didn't even have lemonade. Like, all I got was a gallon of sweet tea because everybody at the job drinks sweet tea. So we all pull up a cup. We out there in the warehouse with no AC, no climate control, and a little baby fan. So we put ice in the cups, divvy up the sweet tea, the tea, and just unanimously, we was like looking around to see if anybody else is feeling some type of way about the tea. Having unsweet tea with your meal will make you forget how good the food was. Oh, better not start up at Dairy Queens. We ain't got to worry about that. They got it under control.
Well, shoot, in my opinion, Zaxby's is almost on the same level as Dairy Queen.
What you mean?
Service has been horrible each time I've gone.
On any side of town or a particular side? Okay.
Anytime. Well, definitely over here on my side of town.
Yeah. Does anybody have any good service over there? No.
Dairy Queen, no. Dairy Queen has never failed me.
They failed me that night that I thought I was gonna get us something to eat from there. They had the ice cream though. They did have the ice cream.
Oh, well, maybe that's why they never failed me because I usually just go for the ice cream.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
No, even with the food that I've had, my food has been fresh and yeah. But everybody else, I dare not go to any other fast food establishment over here on my side of town. Popeyes, KFC. Oh, damn sure not McDonald's.
Oh, well, McDonald's is rough, even pre-pandemic. But So just there is a widespread like staffing issues. It's not even a result of the pandemic at this point. Like they're, just safety precautions, social distancing. That's secondary. They do not have the staff.
They don't. Because even when I went to this restaurant called the Pancake Social, what was the last holiday? 4th of July? I went the following Monday after the holiday, and I expected a lot of people to be there because a lot of people had Monday off. But my wait wasn't long. But there were other people that were solo, so they
Mm-hmm.
kind of sat us at kind of like on one side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then the table that I was at, it was this couple, these two guys, they were sitting there talking. And well, I don't know if they were a couple, but it was two guys.
Okay.
They were talking. And and we waited probably about 20 minutes before somebody came over to take our drink order. Once they took our food order, it took it almost 40 minutes to come out. And my food, I just knew I was going to have a bomb ass pancake. My pancake was cold. I ordered the grits. It's called savory grits. Mm-mm. Um, that was a little lackluster. It was basically a crystal scrambler, but with a higher price. And I'm like, mm-mm. So I sent my pancake back, and our server, she was just like, I'm so sorry. The two guys that were next to me, they ordered some bacon. They picked the bacon up, and it basically disintegrated in their hands.
Oh no.
Yeah, so the server, she came over to me. She's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, this is my first day. We don't have very many people, but I'll comp your ticket. Cool with me.
And and so fast food is basically surviving. I've noticed like longer waits, but not like changes to hours. But it's the dine-in restaurants where they typically would have a server. They are either just completely to go only, or they have modified hours. Like they're only open for a few hours a day at
Mm-hmm.
this point. And it tends to be they're open for 8 hours. That's what they
Mm-hmm.
do. They open for 8 hours, which is a typical shift. I guess so that they don't have to change shifts or have, multiple shifts to conduct the business. So I don't
Right.
know what it's gonna take to come out of that, but I know it is taking a toll on the restaurant industry. Just from, lack of, because continuous poor customer service or lack like no service, y'all ain't open, ain't nobody gonna keep going. Ain't nobody gonna keep trying. Even if they love, I love that restaurant. Let me just keep checking. Like, nah, you're not gonna be able to maintain customers with them hit or miss hours. Like, you can go here 5 o'clock on this day and they're open, and then go 5 o'clock tomorrow and they're not. Like, nah, because especially you playing with folks' stomach. Like, I need to know what I'm gonna eat and when I'm gonna eat it. I don't need to be guessing.
Right. How do singers do this?
They typically don't have this heavy of a microphone. I would think that would be my speculation. Because I was playing with mine before I put it together. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold it. Like, no. Even reporters, like, how you these things are kind of heavy after a while.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
But no, I just don't know what it's going to take to overcome the restaurant issues. It's more now. In your opinion, do you think that it is a result of people not wanting to work or not wanting to do those jobs?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Because people are out here inventing ways of getting money.
Right.
They're coming into, their passions or their dreams. They're not necessarily waiting on someone else to give them a handout. They're creating the handout. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then the pay is crappy.
Right.
Although I think I did hear on the radio that McDonald's was offering $16 an hour.
Right, which is a substantial increase. But
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. Do you want to make $16 an hour to work at a restaurant? Or do you want to make $16 an hour working in your field or in your area of expertise or interest even? I think that it's just so many job openings that those are going to be the last resorts.
Yeah.
And the restaurant is typically not run by, but the lower employees are generally kids, teenagers, young people, and it's school time.
Yep.
So I
I'm
don't
still
know,
trying to figure out what Chick-fil-A do an offering to their employees because they be happy.
man. Not only do they be happy, they be consistent, honey.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. You can go to a Chick-fil-A that is wrapped around the building 2 times, both lanes, and know you're gonna be out of there in 15 minutes.
Right.
Now you can pull up to a Dunkin' Donuts with 3 cars and be there for 30 minutes. Yes, okay, I'm
That's true.
sorry. It's coming from a place of
No,
experience there.
it's true. It's true. It's true.
So, I don't know. So Chick-fil-A should go into the restaurant modeling business, like where they go and teach their competitors how to compete.
Not the competitors.
Girl, pay them. I mean, not pay them, but charge them. Because Chick-fil-A, they're in their own class. You know what I mean? It could be 1,000,001 different types of fast foods that pop up. Chick-fil-A will always be popping, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because Chick-fil-A is the only restaurant that, well, not it's one of the only restaurants that has like a custom taste, a unique taste. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere else, McDonald's has the fries. After that, anything else you get from McDonald's, you can get anywhere else. Nuggets, burgers, chicken sandwiches. They ain't got no market on nothing outside of the
I
fries.
don't know. The filet of fish is kind of standalone.
At McDonald's?
Yeah. Don't know what else is. I mean, it's fake, but still, I know.
Ain't nobody got the best fake fish like McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah. Fresh fake fish.
Okay, all right. McDonald's with the fresh fakeness.
Yeah, but it does have a unique taste. So because I've had fish sandwiches other places, and I must say that yeah, it's not as heavy. Theirs is, I guess, because it's not fake. It's not as heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
All
how
right.
do people do this?
All right. Then I think that now that we're almost done with the show, that pretty much covers all the updates. And I think we've got caught up on a lot of topics that we have missed out on the past couple weeks.
Yep.
You over there doing the Jill Scott to the microphone, ain't you?
Girl, I don't know what happened. I just got sleepy all of a sudden. I am tired. I have been gone all day, and I had to get up hella early. Ugh.
What you had to do?
Because I had to be there at 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go to the bathroom this morning. So I was like, well, I'm up. It was like 8. I was like, all right, I might as well get up. Then I had to shave my head. It's a task in itself. So over it. But
it's good though.
I had to yeah, so then by the time I got dressed and was done, it was like 11 o'clock. So I was like, okay, well, guess I'll go. So yeah, I'm tired. It was so funny. This one guy, my hairstylist's husband, he was like, yo, Lovey, I saw your video when you did it the first time. And I was like, I don't know about that, Lovey. I don't know about that. But yo, looking at you in person, no. Yo. I started
He's clearly from up top somewhere.
Oh, yeah. They Brooklyn all day.
Yeah.
No, he's Queens, but everybody else is Brooklyn.
Okay, New York.
Mm-hmm.
New York.
But yeah, that was hella fun. Oh, that was funny because it was just like, yo, and then you got the glasses, yo.
I'm telling you, one thing about it, there is no hype like New York hype. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way when they really trying to hype you up. Okay, like
Mm-hmm.
you could be looking like a sack of potatoes, and they will make you feel like $1,000,000. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
you know that's because they make a living selling bridges in Brooklyn. Like that's how they get down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that made me feel good.
Okay, all right. But it's definitely working for you. It's definitely working for you. I say it again. Not everybody can pull that off,
That's all I got today. That's
girl.
all I heard today. It was like, not everybody could do that.
Yeah, for real. But it's definitely working for you. But let's see. So because last time I put something on the screen, you about fell out your chair. So I got two things I'm about to put on the screen. Some things about to come up. Okay, one thing first. This that I wanted to talk about. So Alfonso Ribeiro speaks out on blacks not.
Rivero.
Oh, what? Oh, Ribeiro. Sorry. It's come through. Oh, so you can say that, but you can't say Sha'carri. But anyway.
We came up at the same time, so.
Okay, but he speaks out on blacks not supporting him over white wife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and sorry for the words in this caption, but it does state how I feel. Like I ain't never in my black life had a conversation about his marriage. Like I have not. Like, first of all, sir, the community doesn't support you because you don't rock with the community. It didn't have anything to do with your white wife. It wasn't until that post that I even knew he had a white wife. Like,
He's always been into white women.
It comes across not shocked at all. But I mean, and you know, that's just a personal preference. All right, cool. But you ain't doing nothing for us. What you need our support for?
Now that I think about it, I'm surprised they never had that kind of storyline on the show. Carlton bringing home a white girl.
Oh, well, that's probably why he never had a girl.
Go ahead and try to fix this here.
Just saying. Just saying.
I cannot. I'm not doing this with you. Not today.
Okay. Let's see. I got two more. No, not that one. These thumbnails are so small I couldn't see. Sorry. I know. Like, why you up it out there? You're not gonna talk about it. Whatever. So a man proposes to his woman. I hate when people say that, to his woman. But a man proposes to his woman with the receipt of her $70,000 student loan debt being paid in full in place of a ring. She thanks him, but says she still requires a ring before getting married. What is she? Reasonable, ungrateful, smart, or dumb?
All of the above.
I don't think she's dumb. I don't think she's dumb. I don't think she's smart or dumb. I don't think it's a mental decision there. But I think that it's reasonable. And I don't think it's ungrateful because I mean, for me, if it were me and, you know, the guy was to propose to me after paying off my student loan, I mean, I can't walk around with that paper on my hand. You know what I mean? And if you got $70K to pay off, you can come up with $300 to put a ring on my finger.
300? What kind of ring you rocking for $300?
What? That's too much?
300K?
No, $300. Like, I mean, because he just paid off 70,000, so I don't need you putting no carrots or nothing like that. I just need a ring.
No, I said, what? Wear a ring that was $300. The hell, you get this from the pawn shop?
Girl, when was last? Oh Lord, you so far removed. Okay, well, nevertheless.
Remember, you revoked my black card.
Yeah. Like, okay, you need to go over there with Alfonso. You know, I don't know, but
$300. I could buy my own $300 ring.
Okay, well then if that's the case, then let him pay off your student loans and you go buy your own ring.
My student loans are already taken care of.
Yeah, now. But if
Said
you
they're
had
it's kind of bitter.
no, I mean I'm just saying, girl. All the story is for me.
Courtney, answer the Courtney. Would you want a $300 ring?
And I was being generous. I ain't gonna lie. I put on because I was talking to you. Because for me, it could be there's a thing. Walmart got a $48 cubic zirconia ring. If you paid off $70,000 of my student loans, I'm debt free. It means that my credit score is going up. We good to get a house, baby. You ain't got to spend all that money on me, but I do need something bigger than paper to let these boys know I'm spoken.
I'm not saying that he needs to go out and spend a mortgage on my ring. No, I'm not saying that because that's flashy. I'm not that flashy. Hell, I used to have those kind of conversations with Leroy, Mister, because he wanted big, flashy, and bold, and I'm like, no, just give me a modest ring, band. But the bands that I was looking at was like $2K. $2K plus.
Okay. All right. That's modest. All right. Carry on. Yes. Tell me more about this modesty.
$300?
Girl.
Mm-mm. I need to know that this is an investment. I need to know that you looking at me as though I'm an investment and you're worth putting your time, your money, and your energy into it.
He paid off $70,000 of your student
great,
loan.
like you said. If he paid that off, then he got it. So, okay. Run me my ring.
Child.
$300. I wish I might. Child.
Hey, be for real. How you gonna know? Because if he up and paid your student loans, he ain't gonna tell you how much he paid for the ring.
You really think that, again, if this said ring is $300, that means it came from the pawn shop. If it looks like it's about something, but $300, that ring ain't gonna look like it's about nothing.
Okay.
And my nosy tail will go get it appraised.
Oh, you doing too much. You doing too much.
If I had enough to call in, what does that mean?
Time. If she probably leaving out pronouns and verbs and stuff. I'm thinking if she had enough time to call in, she would. She would come in and chime in on this question. So y'all let us know. I'm gonna put it back up here and I'm gonna read it to you and then we're gonna move on. So a man proposes to his woman with the receipt of her $70,000 student loan debt being paid in full in place of a ring. She thanks him, but says she still requires a ring before getting married. What is she? Reasonable, ungrateful, smart, or dumb? So let us know when y'all watch this on replay. Don't leave that in the comments because we need answers. We need answers.
$300 ring.
Yeah, like okay. Nevertheless, we're gonna move on to the last one. Well, before I put this one, do you have a question of the day?
No, I can't even look it up. Okay. Sitting up here playing Pat Sajak and Price is Right.
All right. So the man of the house is a cheater. What are the chances that his son will also grow up to be a cheater?
It depends on how open he is with his cheatation. So if it's well known in the house that he's cheating, then, more than likely that may be swirling around in his head as he gets older. But if he doesn't see it, he doesn't know.
Now, I think that it depends. I'm kind of with you in that, it depends on if it's well known and how the wife or the mother reacts to it. If she is one of those passive, just, oh, he's just a man being a man, then yeah, he probably will, because, there's clearly no repercussions or consequences for his actions in that. But if she is hurt and they're constantly arguing because the father refuses to be monogamous and for whatever reason they continue to stay together, there's a better chance that he will have that memory of the hurt that he saw in his mother and possibly would not want to impose that hurt on a woman that he cares for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's all of my debate questions for the day. Thanks for playing. But y'all come back and let us know, because I didn't know I was gonna stir up something with that question, but I need to know.
$300. You need to put in there and put in. Y'all need to answer whether or not you would be okay with a $300 ring.
Okay, let us know that too. Let me give y'all the black fact so we can get up out of here, so she can put a microphone back together.
Yeah, because my hand is tired.
Let me know if I got to come over there and fix that thing for you, baby. But anyway, so this week's black fact is, darn it, Joan Higginbotham. I can't never get it clear for y'all. Let me see if I can get it clear for you. You can't even read it. But nevertheless, Joan Higginbotham, born August 3rd, 1964 to present. She was an engineer and former NASA astronaut, third African-American woman to go into space, actively participated in 53 space shuttle launches during 9-year tenure at Kennedy Space Center. She logged over 300 hours in space during her mission with the crew of STS-116. Her primary task was to operate the space station remote manipulator system. And once again, that is Joan Higginbotham. There we go. At least y'all can see our picture, even if you can't see the name. And as always, y'all, that brings us to the conclusion of yet another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. And again, if you are watching this on replay, go ahead and leave them comments, because we ask some questions that we need answers to. All right, come on, settle this debate, because clearly we do not agree. So we're going to have to agree to disagree. But nevertheless, as always, I'm not fooling with you at all. Stay safe. Please get vaccinated. And whether you're vaccinated or not, wear your mask. If you don't want to wear your mask and don't want to get vaccinated, stay at home. Until next week, y'all, it is the Saturday Sit Down. Have a great week and stay safe. Thanks, Lovey.
Bye.